My name is Gavin Pike. Christmas night should have been simple. Work, drive home, sleep, but I was already running on empty. The morning before, I stayed up playing League of Legends. I told myself, one more match, then I kept going.
An
I
ally
wanted to
has
push
been
rank
slain.
so bad that I ignored my body. By the time the sun came up, my eyes felt dry and sore. My head hurt, my brain felt slow like it was covered in fog. I didn't sleep, and later that day, I still had to go to work. I was working at an Amazon warehouse because I was taking a gap year before college. I needed money for school and life. I didn't want to ask my family for help, so I took the job and told myself I could handle it. My shift was 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. 10 hours of noise, bright lights, and rushing around. All night, belts rolled, machines hummed, scanners beeped, people called out aisle numbers. My feet slapped the hard floor until my legs felt like they might snap. By 2 a.m., I felt like I was walking in a dream. When I finally clocked out, the cold outside hit me so hard it stole my breath. The parking lot was dark and wide. Snow drifted across the ground like powder. My car sat under a tall light pole, its windows covered in the frost. I got in and shut the door. The quiet was so deep it almost scared me. I turned the key. The engine started with a rough cough. The heater blew cold air at first. Just get home, I whispered to myself. I had driven this route 100 times. Straight road out of town. Long stretch of trees, then one sharp turn near a ditch that drops off the side. That turn was dangerous, even on a good day. Tonight, I wasn't having a good day. The town lights faded behind me. Soon it was just trees on both sides, tall pines packed tight, dark like walls. My headlights cut a narrow tunnel through the snow. The heater warmed up and that made my eyelids heavier. Warm hair and deep tiredness don't mix. My eyes kept slipping shut for a second, then I would jerk awake, heart pounding. I rolled the window down a little, and cold air slapped my face. It helped, just for a minute. Then the tiredness came back. I blinked hard. My eyes burned. My head felt like it wanted to fall off. Stay awake, I told myself. Then, suddenly I saw a weak streetlight ahead. It flickered like it was about to die, and under it, a girl, standing on the shoulder alone. No car, no house, no bus stop, just trees, snow, and empty road. My stomach tightened. I slowed down without thinking. As I got closer, I saw more. She looked young, around my age. Her skin looked pale in my headlights. Her hair was long and dark, hanging forward like wet strings. And she wore a white dress, not a modern one. It looked old-fashioned. The bottom was stained with slush and dirt. I should have kept driving. I knew that, but my mind jumped to one thought. If I leave her here, what happened to her? There are no bus stops up ahead. This road didn't have anything for miles. And at 2 a.m., there were no Ubers out here. Even if she tried, no driver would come this far into the woods. I looked into the mirror. No one behind me. I looked back at her. Something felt wrong, but leaving her felt wrong too. I pulled over. My tires crunched on the snowy shoulder. I lowered the passenger window just a little. "Hey," I called. "Are you okay?" Her head turned slowly towards me. Her hair covered most of her face. When she spoke, her voice was soft, too calm. "Please," she said, "can you take me home?" My mouth went dry. "Where's home?" I asked. She took one step closer. "I'll tell you," she said. "Just please don't leave me here." Snow fell quietly between us. I locked the door. "Okay," I said. "Get in." The door opened. Cold air poured into my car like a wave. She slid into the passenger seat, quiet and stiff. And right away, I felt it. The car got colder. Not normal winter cold. It felt like the cold came from her. The heater was on, but the air suddenly felt sharp. I tried to sound normal. "You're freezing," I said. "Do you want my jacket?" She didn't look at me. "No," she said. I pulled back onto the road. For a while, neither of us spoke. The radio turned into static. I clicked it off, and the silence was worse. I glanced at her. Her head was bowed. Her hair hid her face. "What's your name?" I asked. There was a long pause. "It's Maris," she said. The name made my skin prickle. "I'm Gavin," I said. She didn't answer. Snow tapped my windshield. The road stretched ahead, black and wet. My eyes tried to close again, just for a second. Then Maris spoke. "Gavin." Her voice was firmer now, not soft. I blinked hard. "Yeah?" "Slow down," she said. I checked my speed and I wasn't going that fast. "I'm fine," I said. "Slow down," she repeated. Something in her tone made my heart jump. So I eased off the gas, and we rolled forward slower. Then she whispered, "Slow. The sharp turn is coming. There's a ditch up ahead." My hands tightened on the wheel. I knew that turn, but I didn't like that she knew it too. I haven't told her where I was going. I started to ask her, "Hey, how did you brake?" She said, "Not hard. Just now." Right then, my headlight swept across the road and I saw it. A patch of black ice right before the curve. It looked like a dark stain. My tires hit it. The car slid. My stomach dropped. The wheel felt loose under my hands, like it didn't belong to me anymore. The car drifted towards the edge, towards the ditch. I made a scared sound. Maris didn't scream. She didn't move. She only said, calm and clear, "Turn into it, easy." I did it without thinking. A small turn, gentle. The tires grabbed. The car snapped back onto the road. Then the curve hit. I slowed more and crawled through it and came out the other side shaking. I pulled over breathing hard, and snow fell quietly around us. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. "That ice!" I gasped. "I didn't even see it." Maris sat still. "You were going to sleep," she said. My face burned because she was right. "I'm sorry," I whispered. "I've been up since yesterday morning, and then I went straight to work. I'm exhausted." She was quiet for a moment, and then she said, "Take me to Hollow Pine Cemetery." My throat tightened. "A cemetery?" I asked. "Yes," she said. "There's a house near the gate. An old man lives there." She paused. Tell him I'm sorry." I swallowed. "What do you mean?" I asked. She didn't answer. "Please," she said again. After what she just did for me, I couldn't say no. "Okay," I said. "I'll take you." The rest of the drive felt wrong. The trees felt closer. The shadows felt heavier. Even with the heater on high, my breath fogged the hair. Maris didn't move like a normal person. No phone, no fidgeting, no looking around. Just still. Finally, I saw a rusted sign. Hollow Pine Cemetery. I turned in. The gravel road was narrow and dark. Snow covered most of it. My tires crunched softly. Graves appeared in my headlight. Pale stones, leaning half buried. The place felt too quiet, like sound wasn't allowed here. Near the gate there was a small house, one with yellow porch lights, and on the lawn a car. An old banged up car, rusted and crushed in the front. One headlight missing, hood bent up like it had been folded. My stomach turned. Why would someone keep a wreck like that in their yard? I parked and looked at Maris. "We're here," I said. No answer. "Maris?" I tried again. Still nothing. A cold fear climbed up my spine. I turned towards the passenger seat. It was empty. My whole body went numb. The door was closed. The window was up. There was no sound of her leaving. I stared at the seat like my eyes might be lying. I touched it. Ice cold. So cold it made my fingers ache. I pulled my hand back fast. I look at the passenger window. In the thin fog on the glass was a faint handprint, like someone had pressed their palm there and vanished. My heart pounded. I stepped out and walked towards the house. Before I could knock, the front door opened. The old man stood there, like he had been waiting, like he expected someone to arrive. An old man stood there in a thick sweater. He had white hair and tired eyes. He looked like he had not slept well in years. "Yes?" he asked. Rough voice. I swallowed. "Sir," I said, I'm sorry to bother you. I was driving by and I picked up a girl." The old man's face went still. "A girl?" he repeated. "Yeah," I said, quickly. "She said her name was Maris. She told me to bring her here, the Hollow Pine Cemetery. She said to tell you she's sorry." The old man's eyes changed. They didn't get angry. They got sad, the kind of sad that sits deep and never leaves. He opened the door wider. "Come in," he said. I stepped inside. The house smelled like old wood and tea. A small heater hummed in the corner. A framed photo sat on the shelf near the door. The old man looked at me like he was trying to decide if I was real. Then he nodded towards the photo. "Look," he said. I turned. The photo showed a teenage girl, long dark hair, a soft smile, a white dress. My stomach twisted. "That's her," I whispered. The old man shut his eyes for a second, like it hurt. "That's my granddaughter," he said. "Maris Holloway." I struggled to breathe. She was just in my car," I said. "I swear." The old man's voice turned quiet. "She died," he said, "a long time ago." My mouth went dry. "How?" I asked. He pointed towards the cemetery outside. "On that curve," he said, "the sharp one by the ditch." My knees felt weak. "The black ice," I whispered. The old man nodded slowly. "It happened every winter," he said. "But that night, she was driving home. It was cold. The road was slick. The car slid. It left the road." His eyes watered. "They found her near the ditch in the morning," he said. "Her white dress was stained with slush and dirt, just like you said." I felt dizzy. "But why would she—" I started. The old man looked at me. "She shows up sometimes," he said. "Not to hurt anyone, not to scare them." He swallowed. "She shows up to stop them." I stared at him. "She warned me," I whispered. "She saved me." The old man nodded again, slow. "She does that," he said. "Maybe she can't save herself, so she saves others." I stood there shaking. Then I remembered her last words. "Tell him I'm sorry." I looked at the old man. "She said she was sorry," I told him. "I don't know why." The old man's face crumbled just a little. "She was supposed to come home that night," he said. I told her to slow down. I told her to call. She didn't. He wiped his eyes with the back of his hand. "Every year on Christmas night," he whispered, "I sit here and listen for her engine." "Stupid, isn't it?" "No," I said. My voice cracked. "It's not stupid." The old man walked to a drawer and pulled something out. A small white ribbon, old and worn. "She wore this in her hair," he said. "They found it in the car." He held it out to me. "Take it," he said. "If you really saw her, then maybe you can give it back." My hands trembled as I took it. It felt cold, colder than it should have been. I stepped back outside with the ribbon in my hand. The wrecked car on the lawn looked even worse now that I understood what it was. A reminder that the road doesn't care if you're tired. The cemetery felt like it was watching me. I walked between the graves with my flashlight. My light shook. Then I found it, half covered in snow. Maris Holloway, 2003 to 2022. Forever loved. My throat tightened. I brushed the snow away and placed the ribbon at the bottom of the stone. "I'm sorry," I whispered. "And thank you." For a moment everything went still. The wind stopped. The trees stopped. and in the cold air beside me, I saw a breath, a thin puff of mist. Not mine. My heart jumped. I turned fast. Nothing. But the air felt softer, like someone had been there and then stepped back. I swallowed and walked back to my car. I sat in the driver's seat and shut the door. The inside felt less cold now, like the heavy chill had lifted. I looked at the passenger seat, empty. I looked at the back seat, empty. Then I looked at the passenger window. The faint handprint in the fog was fading slowly, like it was finally letting go. I started the engine and drove home, extra slow, both hands on the wheel, eyes wide open. And when I reached my driveway, I sat there for a long time, breathing, listening, trying to feel normal again. Because now I knew something I couldn't unknow. If Maris had not been on that road, I would have ended up in that ditch, and no one would have found me until morning. Now every Christmas night, when I drive home late, I take that sharp turn like it's the edge of the world, and sometimes, just sometimes, under a weak streetlight in the falling snow, I swear I see a white dress on the shoulder, standing still, watching the road, saving the ones who are too tired to save themselves.